Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Transformers Dark of the Moon Studio Series Core Class Bumblebee figure. So in this video we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We will of course look and see how he compares to some other movie Bumblebee figures. So even though he's a core class, he's not that much smaller than these, and just for a bit of fun we can see how he looks and compares to his original Generation 1 self as well. So as I start to pop these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank Robot Recruits, because that's the online store in the UK where I purchase this from, and as you can see they got him to me quickly and safely. So there he is, windowless packaging, and that is of course, there he is, how he appeared in the Dark of the Moon movie, as it's a licensed product. There you can see there you've got the hologram reflecting there, a GM official product. And of course I'm sure you guys have recognized or realized already, this is what we all expected before we had the pink Laserbeak figure. So as soon as we saw that, we knew that we would be getting this, and as far as I'm aware, it's obviously with a different head sculpt, it's pretty much the same mold. So let's have a look at it. And I've not seen many of these around at all. That's quite cool actually. That does obviously from the side, but a lot of that was tucked away on the inside. On this side we've got Studio Series. Now the core class ones do not have reference numbers unfortunately, so the ones like I've got here as well, to do some comparisons with in a second, they haven't got reference numbers. So the reference numbers are deluxe and above. Why is this so stuck in? Am I doing something wrong? No, there we go, there he is, same accessory as well. Backdrop's obviously different, and what I need to do is just very quickly set him free from there and come back to you. So there he is, fresh out of the packaging, and we can tell that we obviously have to just separate his legs like so, and this is quite intricate for a core class figure. I remember this from the Laserbeak, although the back is, you know, pretty much as basic as you're gonna get, which it really is. There is 15 steps to transform this, which is going to be put up in a separate video, mainly to help people out, mainly the younger viewers, and also to keep this video length down. The figure itself though, I'm sure you'd agree, it looks really good. I do love the fact that they've gone with his mask for his head. You can see that's on a ball and socket, so you've got full articulation on there. It'll look up and down as well. The shoulders, which you can just about make out at the top, are on ball and sockets as well, so they'll spin all the way around, they'll go out to the side. You've got bicep flexion and swizzle, because again it's ball and socket. This seems to, I was going to say, maybe holding a little bit better. My issue I had with my Laserbeak was the fact that it did just keep coming out, hence why it's not here, because it annoyed me so much. I've got to confess that I just sold it, but there you go. The legs again are on ball and sockets. You can bend this up, there's a knee bend, there's even an ankle tilt and a slight rock with it. It looks pretty good though, to be fair. I'm loving the obviously Camaro logo on the front, nice bit of detail on the head sculpt there, and the wheels look good as well, to be honest. Nice bit of reflection, but as I've said, and I'm sure you can tell from the back, it's quite a weak looking back. But as most figures, and I always say this, I give every company a get out of jail with this, I don't know anybody who's going to be displaying their figures like that, so for me it doesn't really bother me. With regards to the accessory, you can pop that there. I suppose that's the opposite of where people would have issues with gaps. There's no gaps at all, so I don't know what people will think of that. It looks quite cool. You can adjust these, you can put them out, you can put them in. This is better than the Laserbeak. I like the pink, to be honest, but I do think this is better than it already. There he is compared to his original G1 self. Here he is compared to some mainline core class figures. That scales pretty well, to be honest, perhaps a little better than I thought it would do. I've got a few other core class movie bots here. So RC still loads taller than him, and let's see if I can get Freezer to actually stand. In fact, it might even be Freezer, it might be Novocaine, but no, this one is Freezer. I've probably got it wrong, but no, that's definitely Freezer because the head is there. So that gives you an idea of how he sort of scales with some core class figures. With regards to third party, if you wanted to have him, because he is small, no, you can't have him bigger than Wheeljack, can you? So that's obviously New Age, Magic Square, New Age, and indeed Iron Factory. So even though he's small, he sort of scales with them, because obviously core class, their own, I know they're their own class, but they do scale. They don't really scale with each other, if you know what I mean. Whereas, as I say, the rest of the studio series, that's the purpose of them. The purpose of them is all to scale really well together. With regards to other Bumblebee figures, we've got the Bumblebee movie, and we've got Rise of the Beasts movie. So you can see pretty much how he looks compared to them, in honesty. As I say, for core class, pretty basic, but I'm sure you'll agree, serves his purpose, looks pretty good, and is ideal, as I say, for perhaps a younger viewer or somebody a bit like myself who likes to collect everything. But there you go, that's enough of him in the robot mode. We're going to have a quick look at him now in his alternate. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, he's in his alternate mode. And again, apologies, no transformation process on this video. I will be uploading it as a tutorial for younger viewers, because I've got to be honest, it is really tricky. Again, it's, I suppose this is a negative thing, and I'm going to be super honest, it's the same as the laser beak issue. The fact that it just doesn't sort of really hold together properly. You'll see this pop out, and when you transform him, his arms always pop off, even though they've added these additional 2 little tabs there where you can put the tabs from the door actually into his hands. That's new. The Laserbeak mold didn't have that. It still just doesn't hold together very well at all, unfortunately, which is a shame, because I think it looks great. I mean, as I say, you can definitely tell, obviously, it is a Camaro. We've got the lovely logo we've seen on the front. The wheels are all individuals. They do spin around pretty much unrestricted. These ones, again, do tend to catch depending on where it is on the wheel arch. But even then, you can still see that it does roll around. With regards to the accessory, I like the fact that you can pop this on the roof. And it's also blast effect compatible as well, so if you wanted to, you can put a giant oversized sort of blast effect on, or I suppose if you wanted to, can you turn it around? Will it work? I'm not too sure. Not as well, but because it gets caught by that little tab there. But it is blast effect compatible, if of course that is something that you did want to do. With regards to size, though, you know, it's quite a small figure, nowhere near as big as you say, as your sort of standard deluxe class figures indeed. But again, I suppose it just serves its purpose, and can be scaled really well with the bigger figures that you can obviously get in the studio series toy line. Let's just have a quick look at the detail on it. You can see there that it's quite hollow as well. There is a bit of detail on the grille. I like the way the wheels reflect, to be honest. The only negative, as I said again, is just the fact it's exactly the same. They're just really awkward, and you'll see this, as I say, in the transformation process where I've had a go at this, and the wheels just popped off with his arms in my hands. But as I say, hopefully in the new transformation process video it won't happen, and you'll get to see it and you'll be able to use it. But to be honest, with regards to the figure itself, it's a nice little figure. It serves its purpose, and I've just completely realised that it is a Dark of the Moon version, but that's how he looks in Revenge of the Fallen. So there we go. There's an error on the box. Otherwise, figure itself serves its purpose. If you collect Bumblebee figures, it's obviously an absolute must. I've just realised I've got this little guy here as well. There's the New Age version. So it's obviously nowhere near as small as that, but there you go. This is the Dark of the Moon. I nearly said Rise of the Beast. It's not at all. It's the Dark of the Moon core class Bumblebee figure that is way better in robot mode for displaying than the car one, as you can see. There you go, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.